Oh, it makes noises? Okay. I didn't realize it makes noises. When the Rose Knights first came to the Sea of Clouds and treated with the Zundu, they asked the chieftain what he called his islet floating northwest of Uxundu. To which he responded, small island beneath which cold winds of Kurthus ever blow. For the sake of brevity, the knights simply called it Coldwind. Yeah, I will keep the at everyone's to an absolute minimum. I just thought people might like to know about a game giveaway. I will generally do this anytime I buy a Humble Bundle that I already own a game in. It lets me get Humble Bundles that I'm interested in but already own something. We'll give it about another 3 minutes. At about 7:15 I'll roll. You got 3 minutes to type VENBA in the chat if you're interested in a copy of Venba, a cooking game by Vizai Games. The story follows an immigrant couple settling down in Canada trying to restore their lost recipes. I have played it. It is very cute. The cooking is actually the closest to real cooking I have ever seen in a game. And it's all Indian recipes. They are, without spoiling too much, they're an Indian immigrant couple who are trying to decide whether to stay or go home. And things happen. What troubles you, Mr. Sutana? You're told that some matter regarding the Void Ark was causing you some small measure of grief. Mr. Sutata, what are you? Oof! Ark! This is me with a cat. Kate Katchi is doing their best imitation of Amy on a daily basis. If you don't forcefully cuddle your cat, are you really a cat owner? You okay, Katchi? Oh, I feel so much better now. Also me? My apologies, Katchi. You had the misfortune to end my field of view just as I felt the intense desire to squeeze something warm and furry. Utada, get out of my head. It's this damnable ectocompass. Made another one, you see. Identical in all respects to the first compass that Rodley stole. Look. It points in a completely different direction to where the Void Ark should currently be. I don't understand what I did wrong. Use the same plans, the same parts. I think maybe it's pointing at the coffin. Can't imagine what would be infuriating. And you're certain that there are no flaws in the design or the materials? Last call. I'll be rolling in a few. I'll give it another minute. VENBA in the chat if you want a chance at Venba. Positive. I've tweaked and adjusted and replaced every single piece. You're already in, you can't roll again. But it refuses to function as intended. I'm on the verge of tossing the blasted thing over the edge. What do you make of this, Archon? Don't think the compass is broken. If you go to that website, it'll also show you all the games that were announced in, or games and updates to games that were announced in the most recent Wholesome Snack, is what they called their last announcement show. I am inclined to agree. Judging by your previous work, it would seem unlikely that the compass itself is defective. We must consider other factors. Helps if I am clicked into the right window. There we go. But congratulations to Dragon Girl. Let me know if there's any issues. Hopefully there aren't. But you never entirely know. You explain to us the principle by which the ectocompass tracks the void arc. It all comes down to the etheric signature. I discovered that the void arc is encompassed by an energy of rather peculiar composition. So I simply tuned the compass to follow its unique trail. I wonder what could be going on. An energy of peculiar composition, you say? Of course. The arc was repelled by the siphoned energies of Voidsent. Could it be that the compass was tracking not the vessel itself, but the other of the entities imprisoned within? Yeah, oh, yeah, Fossabot is really great. Also, I can do this. You can roll any D you want. Also, if you use Stream Elements or just about any of the other ones, there's an import button in Fossabot that will automatically import all your commands. Take a look over them to make sure that they work right, but for the most part, you're generally only going to have to like modify a few variables. Yeah. Wow, terrible roll, Mel. It would certainly explain how the compass now points in a different direction than one would expect. After all, Diabos and the Shadow Queen are no longer on board the Ark. Are you implying that if we plotted a course based on the readings from the ectocompass, we would arrive on the demon's doorstep, so to speak? Just so, Mr. Thutata. Assuming my theory is correct, we no longer require outside assistance to pursue our elusive quarry. Are you having fun? I was very happy when I figured out Fossabot could actually do that. The way Stream Elements handles its variables, it's not able to take in an index and use that as one of the integers in the random. Stasha. I don't... Okay, it just doesn't like a 1. Perfect timing. You won't believe the wonderful discovery we've just... Absolutely not. I already sent the code for it over to Dark. That was like one of the first things I did after I figured it out. Talon airships have been spotted en route to our nest. If it's revenge they're looking for, we'd best head back and make ready for them. Are you overloading Fossabot? I don't know why that one wouldn't have worked. Unless it's just tired of you. Yeah, I haven't had any issues. Now I'm just curious. Okay, it will roll a D1, it just doesn't like the same person using it over and over. Truce, Red Bull. We need your help to save Captain Rodley. I just wish I could have Fossabot doing, Stream Elements can do follower emotes. Fossabot, for some reason, can't do follower emotes. They're one of Rodley's favorites. You threatened my crew, steal our compass, and now you come crawling to me for help? kind of unholy mess have you Cretans stumbled into? Aye, we took your damn compass, but it didn't show us to the ghost ship. We ended up at some moldy old ruins, lousy with void scent. Before we knew it, some sort of spider demon was knocking our ships out of the sky. The two of us managed to pull away, but we saw what happened to them as got caught on the ground. Before we knew it, if the captain survived the massacre, he's stuck there with no wings to fly out again. Why don't you give that link pearl a listen, Captain? Might be as we can learn if Rodley is alive or dead, at least. Young, stream is 6.5 hours in. If it was that competitive, you wouldn't get it at this point anyway. So much buzzing. Can't hear a blasted... Wait, I'm getting some words. Are they high ABV ciders? No. They're after Machi artifact. Damn demons are certain hide. Not a bunch of screaming. Seems Radley is still kicking for now, but who knows for how long. I am drinking water! Those screams were an act, then consider me fooled. I don't think the Talons are laying a trap here. Mel says to drink some water. Half a mind to leave Radley to her fate. But I never turn my back on an adventure, especially when the scent of treasure is in the air, eh? Now tell me where you found these ruins. Stop questioning my... I like my cat stack, stop questioning it. You'll help us then. You're a good man, Redbill. You left the captain in the famed Saltmoor, just west of Mordenau. In your fame, you say? Then you must speak of the ruined shell of Mach itself. Monsieur Toto's black hole. Could they be after the Nullstone? What's that, puss? Think you know what those sword fiends are after? Jink's good Pokemon. On Tuesday, I'm stopping at Blick on my way home to get a canvas to start on my Pokemon Violet team painting. Right, Utada. See that those talons are patched up, then have the oil ready to fly. And don't spare the oil. You know I'd love to hear her purr. Okay, Stacia. Bring the furball to my quarters and we'll have ourselves a chat about our impending trip to Old Mach. Ad starting soon. Sprigatito. Right, furball. Let's hear about this artifact that Diabolos is looking for. To speak of the Nullstone, then I must first explain the method by which Machi sorcerers would bind the Void Scent into service. The more powerful the Void Scent, the more difficult it is to manifest its presence in this world. Their own immense strength weighs them down like an anchor, you see, preventing them from breaking the surface of our dimension. And that is why they cooperate with mortal sorcerers. A mage can provide a suitable vessel for the summoning, or rip a large enough hole in the fabric of reality for the entity itself to step through. Let me guess. The mage forces the Void Sent to agree to a pact in return for the invitation into our world? That is correct. But it would be foolhardy to expect such devious and malevolent creatures to abide by the spirit of even the most carefully worded contract. Thus did the Machi Magi construct an occult device that would more securely bind the Void Sent to their will, a safeguard of sorts, that to the best of my knowledge yet lies entombed within the remnants of the ancient city. The Null Stone was seen as the last resort. Should a Void Sent break its pact and turn on its summoner, the mage could use the relic to disperse the very essence of even the most potent entity, obliterating it completely. Can't see the Royals of the Void taking too kindly to a threat like that. Seems those sorcerers were just as ruthless as the monsters they summoned. When it came to the glory of Mach, the ends thus justified the means. In any event, we can be certain that Diabolos seeks to secure the Null Stone before it falls into mortal hands, and thereby ensure that Skothak will reign unopposed. Alright, so we find what the fiends are after, so we know what the fiends are after, but what I don't understand is why such a valuable relic was left behind when the mages knew a colossal flood was on the way. Its value was the very reason they chose not to risk its relocation. The Null Stone is kept within a structure constructed for the purpose, secured behind powerful wards and protected by deadly guardians. Yeah, it was pretty warm and nice today. Besides, you know, the whole gross, cold raininess. But the rising waters, they reasoned the artifact would be sunk along with the city, far beyond the reach of vengeful Void Sent. I don't mind rain if I'm not going out. We have a couple of ciders. There should be a peach tea cider, and probably still a pineapple jalapeno in there. With the rising in the waters, they reasoned the artifact of blah blah blah, reach avenge. Yes, I have. Fireball and apple cider is pretty top tier. It's pretty much the only decent use of Fireball, but you know. But now that Yafam is more swamped than sea, the demons only have the wards and the guardians to deal with. And I doubt they'd be wasting their time down there in the mud if they didn't have some trick to break through the wards. I mean, Fireball is cinnamon whiskey, honestly, at the end of the day. Anything that goes well with cinnamon. Interesting. Aye, this has become a race to see who can have the treasure first, which is just the sort of contest a Sky Pirate lives for. So we slip into the ruins, pinch the relic, then rescue Rodlia right from under the fiend's noses. Well, I suppose we could save her while we're poking around for loot. I'll grab the new compass from Miqo'te so we know where we're going. Check your weapons, pack your small clothes, and meet me out by the landing when you're ready to fly. I never liked eggnog. Until I made my own. Then again, all the eggnog you buy doesn't have alcohol in it, and it sorely needs the alcohol to be palatable. We'll fly directly to Yafam from here. Once we arrive, you forge ahead with your band of adventurers as you did on the Ark. Just keep slicing to the depths until you reach that Null Stone. We don't want to risk knocking out of the sky like the Talon, so we'd best land a little ways out from the ruins and head in on foot. Thorwall says he knows the place well enough to guide you, so me and the Fradbills will follow behind on rescue duty. You concentrate on smashing a path through to the artifact. We'll check the nooks and crannies for Rodley and her crew. Don't let your guard down once you reach the ruins, though, eh? There's likely golems and such in there what are worse than the fiends outside. We wouldn't want our hero losing his head now, would we? Open City of Mach opened. We are going to clear Void Ark out, queue for Weeping City of Mach. I'm gonna go get a cider, and we'll see how long this takes, and in the meantime, go back to working on our permanent quests.